Alright, so I know it's testing season and everyone's taking AP exams and just finals for school, college, or whatever it is. Whatever you're doing. And I know it's really stressful because, trust me, I'm stressing out myself enough. I have one, two, three, four study guides for only two subjects, um, five textbooks just to learn, and then and then a bunch of websites just to study from, videos to watch, and my exams are in one day. And well, I'm not counting today because my exams start Wednesday, and I have Wednesday and Thursday, and those are my AP exams. Because I'm only in two AP classes this year because, sophomore year, I'm not going too big. But I know this is a really stressful time for everyone, and it can be really hard to get through, especially thinking of the fact that everyone's taking tests, you don't know which subject you don't know the least on, which one's you're best at, which you need help in, or where you need to even start sometimes. So, the thing to start with is when you're studying, just study. Just read through information. Don't really worry about condensing it just so yet. Just kind of read through everything at first and then get further into it. That's what I'm doing because it's easy for me to just skim everything and some facts stick and then actually know things because I've taken past exams. I've done pretty alright on them. I hope I'll pass. But who knows for that AP Lang A. I'm horrible at English. I love English, but I'm horrible at it. Yay. But I find that, since it's a really stressful time and it often gives me a lot of anxiety to think about all these tests, and even though it hasn't really hit me yet, I know it's going to hit me and I'm going to need some ideas of how to work through test anxiety and calming down during exams and thinking, I can do this, I can pass, I have a chance. And that's really what's important, is thinking that you're able to do it and having the right mindset, because honestly you won't do something unless you think you can. I find something that helps me a lot is copying down information, for one. If you copy it down and you write it down, your hand gets into the motion of writing it, and especially so when you need to relay it in an essay form or on a multiple choice, it'll be a lot easier than it would be if it's just memorized. But that's me. I'm all about movement and learning through writing things down, saying them, and tactical work. I also find that take breaks. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to stress how important taking breaks is, how important relaxing is. I know you want to study, I know you want to know the information, but honestly, if you sit there and study for 7 hours straight without doing anything, you're just going to get information overload. You are honestly going to explode from information, and it's all going to get jumbled, and it's all going to get messed up in your head. So trust me, breaks are so important when learning. Another important fact is just even when taking the exam, breathe properly. You don't know how many times I've taken tests and I just have struggled just because I was breathing so unevenly. I just wasn't relaxed at all. And yes, you're not going to be completely relaxed. You're not going to be just chilling, doing nothing. No, you're taking an exam that counts for college credit sometimes. You're going to be anxious. You're going to be nervous. So relax. Take time with things. Learn the information slowly. Don't force yourself to jump in all at once. I have a study guide there, and I've only gone through about half of it in my exams in 2 days. That's my problem, but that's how I work through things. And that's how I do things. Another thing is music. Music. Before you take the test, a good thing to do is find something that relaxes you. I know that music relaxes me, so before my exams and tests, I always listen to music. I'm always playing music or just thinking music in my head because it helps keep me calm and it keeps me a focus. Often when you get anxious, it's because there's so many anxieties and thoughts coming from so many different directions. It's just kind of mental overload. And a good way to even those out is through cohesive and singular thought. Bringing all your thoughts into one and shooting them straight forward into nothing. So a good way to get rid of anxieties is having a focused mind. If you focus your mind, and a good way to do this is often through grounding. Grounding is a movement and a thought process that helps keep you centered. It helps you notice your surroundings, what you feel, how you think, what's around you, what you smell, taste, touch. Realize your senses, and you realize where you are, that this is you and you're okay, and that you'll take a test and it'll be okay. Another good thing to do is often think of breathing techniques if that's something that helps you. I often find that visualizing you releasing anxieties as like dust or smoke in your mind, like imagine breathing in clean air and just your anxieties coming out as polluted air. It's often a very helpful technique, and sometimes it can be a big helpful thing in test timing of the year. I often find that even when taking a test, it can just help just by thinking that it'll be okay, because honestly, this is just a test. Yeah, it's for college or for a grade, but honestly, in 40 years from now, what's this one thing gonna matter? When you're 50 or 40 something, what's this gonna matter? What difference will it make whether you passed AP Stats or you passed World History or Music Theory or English AP, when all that matters really is you made it to where you were? Because honestly, in 40 years, I'm not going to be thinking back going, oh man, I should have passed that exam, my life would be so different. It wouldn't. I passed an exam. Woo. I'd still get into a good college. I'm still going to get into a college. And I try hard. That's what counts, is you put your best effort. Honestly, you can fail, but you still pass. You freaking put the time in to take the test. You put an effort. If you try and you study and you think hard, do you really lose? I mean, so you didn't pass, it'll be okay. And I'm one of the people where I need an A. I need good grades. Like, I overstress about grades, and I know I overstress. I've been told I overstress by multiple people. But you gotta come to realize that things will be okay, and eventually they will work out and be alright and not always be so crazy. Sometimes it can be hard to realize this and think this, but eventually they'll be alright. Eventually you'll pass an exam, and you're not gonna fail all your exams. You're not going to fail at everything in life because you didn't pass one test. No. Yeah, it sucks to not pass, but you'll be okay. You'll still live. You'll still breathe. You'll still laugh with friends. One exam cannot ruin you unless you let it ruin you. If you let it ruin you, you're only ruining yourself. Because honestly, if you let one test ruin you, how are you going to think you can do anything else? If you think the greatest you'll get is passing an AP exam. Honestly, passing an AP exam is not my overall goal in life. My goal in life is to do something successful and to help people. My main goal in life is not to pass high school exams. Well, it's very nice to pass high school exams because I need them to graduate. That's not what my goal in life. I don't live to pass exams. I live to help people and see people smile and make them happy and help them through things and make everyone feel better is what my goal in life is, to help people. Not to overstress and work myself to death. Because honestly, that's what I'm doing. And so sometimes you just need to sit back, relax, and take a backwards view and just realize that it'll be okay if you don't pass, that you don't need to overstress about things, that you just need to breathe, you need to ground yourself, and realize you can do this. If you try, you can do this. You can do anything. Well, except Sky. Except some things you can't do because, impossibilities and, the whole laws of science and nature and gravity, so you can't really just float up anywhere. Well, you can become an astronaut, but NASA kind of shut down the whole astronaut program in America anyway. But those are things you can do, because I know this time is stressful, and I know my friend just got out of exams, Ketchup did, and she feels so alleviated just to have them over with. You could tell she felt good that they were done with. but she was stressing so badly about them, and I'm stressing so badly about exams. It just hasn't fully hit me yet, and it probably won't to the day of the exam. So I'm looking forward to when it finally all hits me at once, so I figure build up these good thoughts, and I'll be alright-ish. I just try your best. You will succeed, and if you believe you will, you will. If you're cynical about passing and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna pass, you're not gonna pass because you're not gonna try. Sure, you might not believe it, but just tell yourself, you'll be fine, you'll pass. Just tell yourself, because sometimes even just saying a lie can make it sound more real.